causes functional neurological disorder? Imagine this. You suddenly lose the ability to walk, talk, or even see, yet every brain scan and blood test comes back normal. Doctors scratch their heads. Friends wonder if it's all in your mind, but it's not. Today, we're answering the big question, what actually causes functional neurological disorder, or FND? And the answer may surprise you.
It's Alyssa Black. She's got your back with a real degree in teaching. She teaches what you ask. Drop a comment with your question and you just might appear in a future blog or course or book or video right here.
Another thing that may surprise you is that while people used to think FND was purely psychological, neurology research today can literally see it. Functional MRI scans show brain activity changes during episodes of tremor, dystonia, or functional neurological disorder seizures. By the end of this video, you'll see FND in a completely different light. And before we go any further, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we release more videos. This video is sponsored by my book, FND Recovery Guide, 7 Evidence-Based Steps to Heal Functional Neurological Disorder. It's available worldwide on Amazon. In it, I share research-backed answers to the big questions like what causes FND, how to treat it, and how to actually recover. Let's get into it. So, what causes functional neurological disorder, or FND? In plain English, FND happens when your brain struggles to send and receive messages properly, even though there's no large structural damage like doctors would see in a stroke or tremor. It's like the wires are intact, but the software is glitching. That's why you might also hear it called functional movement disorder, conversion disorder, or functional neurological symptom disorder. Different names, same basic problem. A miscommunication between your brain and your body. FND equals intact hardware, but glitching software, or at least that's what they used to say. But let's get a little deeper. What really causes FND? The answer is that your brain is constantly rewiring itself through a process called neuroplasticity. When it rewires itself incorrectly, people sometimes get diagnosed with FND. And that is the clue I needed to figure out how to recover from FND. I was extremely sick and doctors couldn't fix me. But I finally figured out how to heal by using a neuroplasticity hack that I explain in depth in my book, FND Recovery Guide. Functional neurological disorder symptoms vary a lot depending on which brain circuits are misfiring. Some of the most common are movement problems like tremor, dystonia, weakness, or paralysis, speech issues, stuttering, mutism, or slurred words, functional neurological disorder seizures, also called non-epileptic seizures, sensory changes, numbness, blindness, or tingling. Imagine holding out your hand. Now picture it trembling uncontrollably, not because of weakness, but because the brain's signal wires got scrambled. That's what people with FND experience daily. And that's what I used to experience before I healed. And I'm glad to say I'm pretty much tremor-free today. Okay, let's dig into what causes FND. For decades, people thought it was purely psychological, a stress response converting into physical symptoms. That's why it used to be called conversion disorder, because doctors weren't bothering to look at the underlying wiring that actually causes the problem. But modern neurology has shown that's only part of the picture. Research has come a long way. Research now shows abnormal brain network activity. Functional MRI scans show the motor control system disconnects from intention. Overactive survival responses. The fight, flight, or freeze system hijacks movement and sensation. Learned brain patterns. Once a glitch happens, the brain may remember it, like repeating a bad habit. Imagine a GPS that suddenly keeps rerouting you down dead ends. The road exists, but the directions are wrong. That's kind of like what's happening in your brain when you have FND. The good news, functional neurological disorder recovery is possible. Treatment focuses on retraining the brain and body connection specialized physiotherapy to retrain movement patterns like tremor or dystonia, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, to calm symptom triggers, education, just understanding F&D reduces symptoms in some people, self-management strategies like pacing, consistency, and grounding, and neuroplasticity-based healing like I explain in F&D Recovery Guide. F&D isn't imaginary, it's not rare. In fact, it's the second most common reason patients visit neurologists, and it's not hopeless. It's a brain wiring issue, and anything that can be wired can be rewired.